welcome to the town of Robloxia. Now, despite being one of the most iconic and well-known games in Roblox history, this game seems to be unanimously hated across the board. Created by one dev 2 back in January of 2010, this game takes place in a fictional city known as the town of Robloxia. In the game, players can find a job, buy a house, and roleplay with other players. The game got famous in early 2011, but ever since one dev 2's deletion and the place being uncopy locked, the game's popularity has decreased dramatically. This game seems to be hated on not so much because it's confusing to play or anything, it's actually very straightforward, but because a lot of people were expecting just much more from it. Some players have comments on the game saying there's a significant lack of things to do, stating this game is basically a walk around type of game, there's a few pointless items here and there, but it's just a role-playing game, and well, if you're not into that, it's definitely not for everyone. There's a few pointless items here and there, but it is just a role-playing game, and if you're into that, great, but it's just really not for everyone. Not sure why that would make it so hated, but hey, it's the internet, so what else would you expect? Why not check it out for yourself and let me know if you agree with these people in the comments below. Number 9, Mad Paintball. Mad Paintball is a first-person shooter game created by Lolaris that is meant to mimic real-life paintball. Super simple concept, and I love that, so you'd assume pretty much everyone would be on board with something like this, but you know how some people are, they love to nitpick all the smallest details. Overall, this game was pretty well received until one of the final updates where some game mechanics were changed and in-game purchases were changed as well. Looking for some more reasons why this game might not be enjoyable for everyone, I stumbled upon a comment that explained exactly why. Now, according to this player, you cannot jump, there are no speed-based characters, all the guns look exactly the same no matter what class you pick, and you can use and move the third-person camera despite this being a first-person shooter. Modeled after classic FPS games like TF2, this game just apparently didn't stack up to what everyone wanted. Number 8, Reason to Die. Beginning as an experimental project called Lust for Blood, Reason to Die is one of the many zombie shooters that you'll find on Roblox and was based on the well-known game Left 4 Dead. In the original base game, a map was chosen and the survivors were teleported into it and were given some preparation time. At the end of this preparation time, one survivor was randomly chosen to be the zombie and received the goal to infect everyone in the game, while the survivors had to survive until the rescue arrived, fighting off the zombies and, of course, staying alive. Now, there have been a few updates and remakes since its initial upload in April of 2008, but the core gameplay mechanics have stayed pretty consistent. Despite being great in theory, many players have problems with the game, and that's why it's on this list today. Players have stated that the algorithm for picking the zombie each round needs to be revamped because it's seemingly not random at all, and that after the remake, the game was far too hard, and that there is an apparent rank hierarchy, meaning the higher ranked players absolutely just annihilate lower ranks. Not to mention that the stalker zombies are just way too OP. Overall, this seems like a decent game, but I'm just relaying the information that other people have said, so please don't hate on me too much.
And at 7, Subway Simulator. Many will tell you that the journey is more important than the destination. This game is the embodiment of that statement. Welcome aboard the Forever Subway. Subway Simulator is basically your local subway system when there is too much traffic, snow, or people screwing around on the tracks. They actually have a beginner's guide that tells you that the Subway Simulator is a game. This means that you push buttons on your keyboard to do things. However, things are not a requirement. Your objective is to wait for the next stop and get off at the station, but it will take forever. This train never stops, so you'll never be able to get off. I don't know why someone made this, I don't understand why people make most of these games on this list, but whatever, do you make money from it? Do you earn Robux on your character or something? What is the appeal of making these forever waiting games? What? Speaking of which, and at number 6, Waiting for the Doctor Simulator. This game has been out for 3 years. Waiting for the Doctor Simulator is just that. You wait for the doctor that never comes. What makes me mad is that this is an actual problem that people experience every day. During my last year of high school, I had appendicitis, but obviously I didn't know at the time. We were told to go to the hospital and I got there at 8 p.m. I only got to see someone at 2 a.m. I had to wait 6 hours to see someone when I potentially had a condition that could kill me if it got too severe, which in all honesty I didn't know about until after. As you can probably tell, this game is giving me all sorts of war flashbacks, and I don't want to deal with it. At least here you get something out of waiting. Every second you wait you get more points, and you can use those points to buy things like a freeze ray so you can screw with the other players. This game is just about screwing with you, but that's what doctors do, at least when you actually need them. Vaccinate your kids. And at 5, Be a Wall. The description of this game is simply, there's nothing to it. This game is literally you just running around being a wall. There is nothing to it in all honesty. The weirdest thing is that you can purchase a Donald Trump skin that gives you glorious golden locks and makes your wall all sparkly. For some reason there was someone actually playing the game when I researched it, which makes me curious about what the point of this is. Do you need multiple players on so you can just stand next to each other and make a wall? Like, what? Is that it? Because if that's it, where do I sign up? This game is by far one of the weirdest on this list and makes me not only question its existence but my own as well. This game has put me into an existential crisis. Just think about it. Someone was created. This person's mother spent 9 months creating this person for them to create a game in Roblox about being a wall. Not even like a cool wall like the Attack on Titan wall, just like a normal wall. What? And for the normal elevator. This is a totally normal elevator. Nothing weird about it. There are 32 floors and they are all normal floors that you would see in an elevator. There's the Powerpuff Girl floor, the Island Vacation floor, the floor that is just a hall, the black hole floor that will suck everything in, absolutely destroying you, the elevator, the game, the server, Roblox itself, and then the world. If you don't believe me, you can try it for yourself. If you own a VIP server, you can control what floor the elevator goes to next, instead of it being random like it is in other servers. This game has had 352 million visits at the time of recording, and was created on the 26th of March in 2017, and was last updated in July of 2019. The max amount of players is 8 per server, and you are not allowed gear. No gear. It's not allowed. No. Bad. Stop thinking about it. Out of 352 million players, there were only 546,000 likes. Rude.
Number 3, Roblox High School. Arguably one of the most popular games on Roblox, however that does not necessarily mean it is the best, you know? It is a high school role-playing game where there are 8 teams, which are principal, teachers and staff, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, cheerleaders, and athletes. And there are also 4 game passes, which are Enforcer's Power, Gold VIP, Club DJ, and Unrestricted DJ powers. Having Enforcer's Powers makes the principal team better, and having both DJ passes allows money to be earned as the DJ. The game is set in a small town that you can explore to your heart's content, and players can earn money and buy items such as cars, gear, pets, and so much more. The biggest piece of criticism that I've seen surrounding the game is very similar to Adopt and Raise a Cute Baby. People are just constantly breaking the terms of service and are ignoring the rules of the server and just do honestly whatever they want. If you've ever played this game or have seen playthroughs, you know that if you don't go to school or class, that it doesn't even matter in the slightest. Despite there being rule enforcers such as teachers and principals, there are no real consequences to your actions, and that just ruins the experience for so many players. All I'm saying is if you're in a role-playing server, you should roleplay. That's it. Number 2, Cole's Admin House NBC. Created in April of 2013, Cole's Admin House NBC is a free play game mode that gives players admin capabilities after completing an obstacle course directly after spawning. This place has unsurprisingly received hefty criticism as players can easily abuse the commands, ruining the entertainment for everyone around them. The quote-unquote permanent admin game pass is also very controversial because it enables players to counter abusers without the risk of having their privileges revoked by the purple button, or they simply just mess around themselves at the expense of everyone else. There are also exploiters who remove the base plate or obstacle course in many servers, which has caused many dislikes for the game because it literally gets rid of the only chance you have of winning. Basically, it seems that players troll the heck out of anyone without admin privileges. One of the worst ways I've seen was apparently someone permanently blacked out another player's screen, making him unable to play at all. And that's just evil, and it would 100% deter me from this game forever. And number 1, Meep City. My goodness, this one seemed to be unanimously hated across the board, and according to many players, despite the popularity of the game. Meep City is a social hangout slash roleplay game created by Alex Neutron. It's styled after casual children's MMOs and shows off features inspired by Disney's Toontown Online and Club Penguin, as well as many other references to them. The main purpose of the game is to be a social and roleplay hangout. This means that buying items or playing games is just completely optional. There's also a currency called coins, and these coins are used to customize your house, such as colors, structure, and furniture, and you can also buy and customize your pet Meep, or just buy some fishing rods. Despite this game's friendly nature, popularity amongst many players, and the creator actually working for Roblox, the majority of players outside its community really didn't like it. One of their main reasons is that the game is often infested with, again, online daters, and the fact that none of the creators did anything to regulate that. Meep City's also been criticized for its similarities to the now shut down Disney games Toontown Online and Club Penguin that it was based on. The fishing minigame and the tunnel animation have often been said to be ripped off straight from Toontown, and the Meeps are nearly identical to Puffles from Club Penguin, and the face texture being illegally copied from a Disney asset, which eventually made its way onto official Roblox merchandise. The game was also hacked back in February of 2020, and that just turned more players away from the game, and now it's slowly just diminishing in popularity.
An intense Squid Challenge. Squid Challenge by time only currently only has red light green light, however that seems to be the most popular mode and is the easiest to recreate in Roblox, at least from what it seems. The description for this game mode reads, quote, "Welcome to Squid Challenge. Can you follow all of the directions and become rich? Beat the game to survive. Episode 1 is here. Play red light green light now. Newest update, shop updates, minor bug fixes. Premium Roblox users get 100 cash upon joining, and if you buy Roblox Premium in-game you get 1000 in-game cash." Some similar phrases to this experience's title are Fish Game, Squid Game, Crustacean Gambit, or Octopus Contest. At the time of writing this, the game has 9,981 active users, 14.6 million visits, and allows for server sizes up to 30 players. So if you're looking for some good intense action-oriented red light green light action, be sure you check out this game, because I'm sure that's what it is. And at 9, Castro. This version of Squid Game from Castro is labeled as, quote, "Squid Game new update coming soon," which makes these kinds of lists very difficult, because let's be honest, how the actual hell are we supposed to tell these games apart? They all use the same broken titling scheme. Anyway, the description reads, "This game is based on the Netflix show called Squid Game. This is still in progress, so if you find and bugs, please report them to the creator of the game. Thank you. Join this Squid Game group," and then they have a Roblox community link. "Join this group for a prize." Then they have another Roblox about page link, which is weird. But at the time of writing this, the game has 3,590 active users with 35.7 million visits, over 184,000 favorites, and a server size of 100 in a typical Battle Royale style number. But it also has more than 10k additional dislikes compared to the number of likes though, so who knows, maybe it's for you. Link is in the description. And at 8, Octopus Game. Octopus Game was actually in the popular section of the Roblox like a couple days ago though, and that's how I found it for this list. Created by Olivine Studios, the description reads, "Red light green light based off Netflix series Squid Game. This unique version of red light green light from Squid Game has several different challenging game modes. Can you reach the finish line? More chapters out of 10,000 likes. The update log is in game. Join the group for future perks." Then they have their Roblox group link, and then they list their developers. 5Pow was the lead developer, scripter, and UI designer. Arvelian was the scripter. Tuzin was a builder, logo, and thumbnail designer. The game, as of writing this, has 53 active players with over 182,000 visits, a server size of 30, and over 5,000 favorites. The game currently only has 598 likes out of the 10,000 that they want for additional chapters though, which makes me think that they need to step up their game, since currently it seems like they only have red light green light, which from what I've seen, every Squid Game server has that. So my suggestion would be to add another one at least, and then you can ask for more likes. Even if this is a unique version, just come on.
Number 7, Murder Mystery. Now if you're an avid Roblox fan, then you're probably aware of Murder Mystery 2 by Nicholas, the horror game based off the Garry's Mod game called Murder. A server holds up to 12 players with 1 murderer, 1 sheriff, and 10 innocent at most. The sheriff is the only player that spawns with a gun, which they can use to protect the innocents, and the innocents are unarmed and cannot harm the other players, and their entire purpose is to aid the sheriff by witnessing murders to figure out who the murderer is. If the gun is dropped by a killed sheriff, an innocent can pick it up, becoming the hero if they succeed in shooting the murderer. And of course, the murderer is the one player with a knife, which can be used to kill the innocents and the sheriff. They must stealthily kill all of the opponents and the sheriff before time runs out. Well, Murder Mystery is exactly that game, except it takes place in first person. Apparently this rubs people the wrong way, and many prefer the newer Murder Mystery 2 compared to the original. Players have complained that it is too hard to tell who the murderer is and who you're on a quote-unquote team with, and it is just a lot easier to get killed because your field of view is limited to just in front of you. Also, the animations for the murderer are just very janky and do not look very nice. It's recommended that only the hardest core Murder Mystery fans play this version of the game. Number 6, Boho Salon. Boho Salon is a roleplay salon group owned by Lala Kiela, best known for its main game, Boho Salon V3. Now there are 5 main ranks in this game mode, which are guest, low, middle, high, and senior high, each with their own subclass featuring jobs and features and whatnot, you know? And there are 4 game modes that you can play. Salon, where you can book an appointment for a cosmetic appearance change. Cafe, where you order food and drinks and interact with other players. team games where you compete in mini-games and trivia competitions, and of course, boho dance, where concerts and other mini-games are hosted. It's all very intricate and very cool in theory, but as always, players have had something to say about it. The biggest reason this game is so hated on is because there was a scandal that happened back in 2017 where the owner's account was hacked and the group lost 100,000 members because of it. Since then, in order to boost popularity back to its original numbers, the server is just riddled with bots, and that has ruined the enjoyment of it for so many players out there. If you enjoy the server, honestly, just let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on everything that went down. Number 5, The Mad Murderer. Another hilarious game on our list today, this time it is The Mad Murderer, another adventure-based game on Gary's Mods Murder. The gameplay of The Mad Murderer is pretty similar to Murder Mystery 2 in that the murderer's objective is to kill all the innocents in this game as fast as possible using a knife before the time runs out, while avoiding, the sheriff, who can kill them using the revolver. However, TMM also differs slightly from the aforementioned game, with the innocents and the murderer being designated into characters with a fixed outfit and first name, rather than just a simple torso or a shirt which shows a color to designate the player. Most maps in this game are typically small to medium sized, with most of the area exposed to provide a slight advantage to the murderer, yet allowing winning by the murderer running out of time trying to find a hiding innocent possible. The max players in this game is currently 16, with 1 sheriff, 1 murderer, and 14 innocents at most. Now I'll be honest, I was very surprised when I found out this game was considered to be one of the worst, but upon investigating just a little bit more, it made a lot of sense. It's because of the murder madness rounds, where everyone is the murderer and the last one standing is the winner. The rounds are considered way too common, and it makes the game way harder to play since you spawn basically side by side to everyone. Other than that though, it doesn't really seem too bad, and that's honestly why it's near the middle of the list today. Number 4, Adopt and Raise a Cute Baby. This game seems pretty self-explanatory in my opinion, just from the title alone, but I'll give you a little bit of an overview anyways. Adopt and Raise a Cute Baby was created in February of 2018 by Adopt and Raise fans with the intention of creating a role-playing game that is centered around forming and raising a family. Adopt and Raise fans owned by C Vibes is best known for creating these types of games with other titles like Adopt and Raise a Baby or Pet and Life in Paradise. Now there are many players out there who love this game mode, but with lovers there are always haters close behind with their own opinions. The largest complaint that I could find out there was that nobody even adopts a baby on the server anymore, which is kind of the whole point of it, right? They just use it to online date and they crowd the server, creating lag and also prevent other players from joining. Aside from that, players have stated that they do not like the design of the game mode and that the map is far too small. That, coupled with the players that constantly break the terms of service, has ruined the game for just way too many players.
Getting close to the end into number 3, Night Brawl. Originally known as Squid Game X Night Brawl, what was a uniquely named game is now known as Squid Game X Marbles. And no, this is not a collab between a marble company and Lydia from the Yogscast, who goes by the name Squid Game. I'm not even kidding, that is literally her name, Squid Game. The description reads, next update at 20,000 likes. Tug of War has been added, Night Brawl added, added marbles. Game modes marbles, new. Tug of War, new. Honeycomb, red light, green light, and glass. Coming soon, able to become a guard. Join the group for bonus daily rewards and codes. Squid Game X Survival Games is inspired by the show Squid Game. Stimulate your Squid Game experience. We are a small development team, so please support us by liking and favoriting the game. First of all, so apparently, based on this description, the game was originally called Squid Game X Survival Game. Then it became Squid Game X whatever else, and now it's Squid Game X Marbles. For God's sakes. But I don't really get how that's supporting though, like favoriting and like do people get made to do people get paid to make Roblox games? Cause like I don't know how it works. But if they do, why am I a YouTuber? Anyway, the game at this point currently has 13.5 thousand active players and over 118,000 favorites, 25.1 million views, and a server size of 50, so make sure you pop on over and say hi to them, and then tell them to change their name back to Night Brawl. Penultimately, in at number 2, Honeycomb. This is the first server that popped up for Squid Game when looking at the popular servers area, however, it was not the most favorited version. The server, known as Squid Game Honeycomb, was made by Rokul Studios and has a description of, welcome to Squid Game, where you may fight for a prize pool, and remember that it is your decision whether or not to participate. Will you betray your teammates for the money or will you aid them? You'll have to make a lot of decisions in order to win the money in this game. Update log, Boombox Game Pass removed. Honeycomb game has been added. New scenery has been added. Small bug fixes. Doll has been added. If you have any suggestions or experience any bugs, then please join our communications chat to let us know. Updates will be released often to make sure that the experience is more established experience to make the best changes for you to allow you to have a full experience. That's actually the last line of the description. I'm not even lying. The game at this time has 3.8 thousand active players, 123,436 votes, 6.6 million visits, and a server size of 50 for all you Discord groups who are just focused on finding Squid Game knockoffs on Roblox. I know that's a thing that you're doing. I know it's a thing, and I know that you're doing it. Why else would you be watching this video? Finally, in number 1, Hexagame. Hexagame, unlike most of these servers, has multiple pictures. However, all the pictures are blurry in order to make the Hexagame logo stand out, which I find mildly infuriating. However, the game created by Prince Elf has a description that reads, Honeycomb update, real honeycomb game. Use your mouse/screen to carve the cookie. Umbrella is currently broken, will be fixed shortly. Based on the show Squid Game, all 6 games released, Red Light, Green Light, Shapes, Tug of War, Marbles, Glass Tiles, and Squid Game. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the game. Follow the developer on Twitter for more updates and codes. Doll dress from group Squid Game. I don't know what these descriptions are, man. The server currently has 25,000 active users, over 592,000 favorites, 56.8 plus million likes, and a server size of 185, which is the biggest we've seen today, giggity, and an absolutely monstrous number for players. Imagine playing on a server with a full group of 185 people. That's freaking nuts, man. How do these servers even work? Is it like Fall Guys? You remember that game? Is it like that but Roblox? But themed to be Squid Game? I don't know. Why am I talking about this? Because we need clicks. And at 10, Fall Down the Stairs. This game has been out for over 11 years, and I'm pretty sure I played it when I was all about Roblox. I think you understand what this game is about. You fall downstairs. 13 million visits, 273.5 thousand favorites. There were actually 8 people playing this as I was scripting this. Oh, that's kind of meta. Because, like, I'm writing this, but I had to write it in the future tense because I'm not recording it yet. The ability to fall downstairs is interesting, but there are also things that you can buy. You can buy a nuke gun in this game, for God's sakes. Like, why? Why is this a real thing? I don't get it. How many of you actually played this game mode? I'm assuming quite a few, which is why it's at the top of the list, but still, how many of these games have you played? Watch the whole thing and then let me know in the comments. And at 9, Rig Ragdoll. This game is all about getting hurt. Like, you don't take any actual damage, but I feel like this is the definition of what Roblox games are. This game contains a blender, washing machine, plinko game, giant swinging hammer, a staircase, and a long slope for you to ragdoll around in. You can get hit off the map, fall down the stairs, but it's not as good as the last game, and proceed to throw yourself in the washing machine to get the mud off your face, because this is what Roblox is. The Plinko game is hilarious, and the fact that you can put yourself in a blender is just kind of worrying. This is basically Happy Wheels without the gore, and that is what makes this game so weird. Honestly, after looking at these servers, I'm starting to appreciate this community again. Because of the people who make stupid, crazy, and weird games like these, they are the real MVP. And at 8, Cheese Tycoon. This game is honestly my calling card. I mean, I used to play Roblox for paintball and that was it. But now, after seeing that there is a Cheese Tycoon, I might have to change my mind. This game is a normal tycoon that revolves all around cheese. You get a cheese maker, then you collect money from selling the cheese. You then use that money to upgrade your area and cheese maker. Honestly, this sounds like a dream and will teach me proper entrepreneurship techniques. Screw paying $10,000 in student fees, just play Cheese Tycoon and you'll know what to do. This game literally has no description and was created by Nico112112. So thank you, Nico, for blessing the world with the cheese business simulator that is this holy game. While you may think it's stupid or dumb, I think it's the best game on this list, so don't come for me. I like cheese, okay? That's why I'm the cheese king. This game has been out for almost 9 years and I'm upset that I'm only learning about it now. Prepare for me to spend all my free time in Cheese Tycoon now. And at 7, New Fish Game. New Fish Game is honestly pretty much not supposed to be on this list, but I say we should flood it and give it some love. Created by SF, which stands for Super Fun, the description for New Fish Game reads, based on the Netflix show Squid Game. Make sure to like. Have fun. It, at the time of scripting, has 0 active players, and honestly, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. The server page does have 2,253 visits though, and 83 favorites, so it can't be that horrible, right? Unless you look at the likes and see that it has a ratio of 7 likes to 22 dislikes. But hey, what is this? Like one of our FNAF theory videos? Come on. But the server size here is 50, which is a nice in-between of the 100 and the 30 that we've currently been seeing. So why not give Super Fun a chance, okay? I'm sure you're gonna have a boatload of fun. So much fun that you'll have to bail it out with a bucket before you sink into the ocean of love and sweet dreams. And at 6, Fish Game, Day 2. Or if making dreams come true isn't really your thing, maybe you can go with a more popular server. Fish Game Day 2 is by user Good Juju and has a description that reads, Red light, green light, shapes, it's back, blood rising. Fish Game is based off the Netflix show Squid Game. The people behind Squid Game are not associated with this project. None of the other Squid Game remakes work, so we decided to make our own. They then dropped their own Twitter handles, but hey, I'm not going to give you extra promotion. And they also provide controls and say that their clothing credit goes to OTJ Gaming Crew. At the time of writing, this game has 30,841 active users, over 1.3 million favorites, 104.9 million visits, and a server size of 70, which is an even better middle ground if you want something a little more chaotic or perhaps more competition. Depends on how you view humanity and all of its screaming 9-year-olds who are blaming you for cheating during Survive the Disasters. Yeah, that's right, I used to play Roblox when I was 9. Halfway through into number 5, Red Light, Green Light Backup. Red Light, Green Light Backup, as it was called a couple days ago, now goes by Red Light, Green Light Episode 5, and was created by Slugfo. The description is simple and reads, quote, inspired by the Netflix show Squid Game. Episode 4 has been added, stay tuned for the rest. Credit to Quabides for building/voices, and Sehum for the character models, and currently has over 37,000 active users, 850,175 favorites, over 83 million visits, and a server size of 100, which is pretty damn good. And the like ratio is also very high with 131,000 likes to 18,000 dislikes. This is a real hardcore like fan group like YouTube page, I feel like, I swear. And I don't know why, I just get that vibe. But when I also go to servers, it says that they're not running any experiences, yet there was still over 37,000 active players. So like I don't know if it was cause I wasn't logged in, so like maybe I couldn't see the games that were actually happening because I wasn't logged in. Or maybe it's just because Roblox operates like Minecraft realms. Then they're just broken, I don't know. In it for Squid Game. The Roblox experience, simply titled Squid Game by Trendsetter Games, seems to be simple but an attempted faithful recreation of the show. The description reads, 10,000 likes! Use code lots of likes for some free cash. Released sugar honeycomb. Cut the cookie without breaking it. Join Trendsetter Games. Check the game developer for 100 cash. Join UCR for 200 cash. Hey there, you got yourself into some debt, and it seems like your only way out. Play the game fairly and don't break any rules, or you'll be eliminated. It is strongly recommended that you forge alliances to survive the intermission nights in order to win the game. This experience may include paid advertisements that are labeled as paid ads and use assets from Advert Uploader. I don't know what that means. Okay, I don't play Roblox, I don't know what that last line means, I don't know if there's actual paid ads or if that's a thing from the show, I don't know. But what I do know is that the game currently has 31,753 active users, with over 45.7 million visits and 260,000 favorites. The server size is a nice average size of 55 players, so don't feel intimidated, average is good. And at 3, the double R bar. Open 24 hours, 365 days a year, you're in an old bar where everyone stares at you with a frown. And there is a secret room somewhere. Nobody has been able to find it. It's almost like a Team Rocket hideout is somewhere in the building. I don't really know what the deal is with this one, but it's no normal game. What is the point of being in a bar if everyone is going to be constantly frowning at you? Maybe the point of this game is that since the bar is open 24 hours and 365 days a year, you never leave? Maybe you just live there and are always just completely trashed and that's why everyone is frowning? Or maybe you're making a lot of noise and everyone is glaring at you until you shut the f up. There's a lot of speculation here because the only description is that it's open 24/7. If you have any theories about the server, let me know in those comments, cause I have no idea. In it too, Never Look Again. In this place there is a foggy garden with a few scarecrows. Looking around there is a shack. On entry you cannot leave, and a table and chair appears. The place fogs up to the point of barely being able to see. Chanting people circle around a pole and scarecrows move. It is said that the player Never Look Again is stuck as a scarecrow and will lure people into his place by asking them if they want to help with his garden. Say yes, and soon after, a new scarecrow will appear. This sounds like an R.L. Stine Goosebumps book. Like, that's so weird. Is the point of this game to become a scarecrow, or are you trying to avoid his will? And why does this even exist? What purpose does it serve other than being spooky dooky? Does it provide unlocked clothing? No. Does it have any actual reason for existing? No. Does that mean that the story is real and maybe Never Look Again is really trapped in this game, and if you enter you will take his place and gather scarecrows for his garden? No idea. And at number 1, Meep City. According to some very outspoken folks, Meep City is the cancer of the Roblox community. It started off as a place to get meeps and do fun things like buy ice cream and pizza, like Club Penguin with Puffles, but soon became a breeding ground for what are called ODers. The server has around 20,000 people a day. The server apparently gives you the ability to have virtual intercourse with other players. So 20,000 people come to this world to get off to people who dress their avatars up like strippers and start putting things like single, hot, and dirty in their bios. This game will never remove it, however, since the game causes players to buy Robux and makes them money. This just goes to show that companies care more about money than about the players. Sure, there have been some things that they fought against, but those were open to the public. News articles were published and there were segments on your local news about it. But this game has been flying under the radar because it's making them money. Stupid money, probably. The players attempt to dress themselves to seem cooler and attract more mates, I guess? This is not okay and it needs to be shut down. This game is targeted towards kids.